Welcome to the Journey to Esquire, the podcast alumni updates. I am your host, Abigail. In this series, we take a walk down memory lane as we reconnect with the remarkable alumni of the Journey to Esquire Scholarship and Leadership Program. Join me as we embark on a journey to discover where are they now? Amidst all the challenges and uncertainties, a group of determined individuals stepped into the Journey to Esquire Scholarship and Leadership Program, ready to seize their dreams of becoming legal professionals. Fast forward today, and it's time to catch up, to witness their journeys, celebrate their achievements, and gain insights into the valuable lessons they carry forward from the program. So, what's in store for this podcast series? Well, get ready to be inspired, intrigued, and enlightened. In each episode, I'll be sitting down with a remarkable alumnus or alumni, the trailblazers who embarked on their journeys to become legal professionals. We'll dive into their experiences, challenges, and triumphs, and explore how their participation in the Journey to Esquire program has played a pivotal role in shaping their paths. We'll reminisce about the highlights, uncover the pivotal moments, and get an inside look into their lives today. From courtroom victories to personal growth, from mentorship to forging lasting connections, these alumni have stories that resonate with all of us. Through their tales, we gain a greater understanding of the impact of education, scholarship, and leadership on their journeys. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Journey to Esquire podcast. Thank you so much for listening today. Today, we have a special guest. Her name is Rawls. She is a graduate of the Journey to Esquire program, the 2021 graduate year. But the great thing is that I've known her since law school. We went to Stetson law together. We went through that whole 3 years together, and It's so good to see that you're flourishing. But how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm working now at Legal Aid in West Palm Beach. I'm an education attorney. I'm supporting students with disabilities as well as students who faced excessive discipline in schools. And beyond that, also wedding planning and trying to volunteer in the community as well.
Girl, congratulations on your wedding, because I know that was a lot of time.
It is a lot.
So let's start from your point from law school, from graduating law school. Is this a job that you started with? Can you talk about your legal career from the point you graduated from the Journey to Esquire program up to now?
Right. So I took the Florida bar in July 2021, passed on the first try. This is my first job out of law school. I started shortly after bar results came out, and I've been here for almost 2 years now.
Now, when you were in law school, did you dream of doing this type of work? Like, how did you decide to go into this area of law?
It actually wasn't even on my mind, really. After law school, during law school, I did a couple of different internships in areas I thought I was interested in, decided those were actually not for me. So I was just job searching, pretty much finding anything that would get me through just to start getting some experience. And this one stood out to me. It was like on one of the job posting sites, and the information that was presented was super interesting to me. It was supporting underrepresented children, those with disabilities, as well as like the problems that we see facing children of color being punished in schools as well. So that stood out to me. I decided to go for it, ended up getting the job, and here I am still 2 years later.
So what are some of the milestones? I know you've only been practicing for a short amount of time, but do you have any milestones or achievements that you have experienced since graduating?
Right. So I did recently join the Young Lawyers Board of the Palm Beach County Justice Association. It's a plaintiff side organization supporting people within the community. A lot of the attorneys in that are I'm completely forgetting the name of it, personal injury, which I am not, but it's still a great organization. They put on different trainings and stuff so I can learn for the future if I decide to move on to something else.
Yeah. One thing for sure, I do remember every law firm I've been at so far, they've always told us join an association, join something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's community connections, but I think as a young attorney, they also have a lot of resources where we can learn through resources. So this is definitely a good thing that you joined the Young Lawyers Division. Is this area of law that you've chosen, is it something that you consider, practicing for years upon years, or is it like a situation where you want to step in and get experience and then get out to practice your dream area of law?
Right. So during my time in it, I've actually gotten a little bit attached, and I can see the difference that I'm making in the lives of some of these families.
Yeah.
So it is something that I could see myself practicing longer term than I originally expected. At first, I was like, I'm going to do this for like a year and be done. But 2 years later, now I'm still enjoying it. So I think I will continue for at least a while.
Yeah, those type of jobs are definitely community focused.
Right.
What would you say is the biggest impact that you give onto your community through your experiences?
Well, through my job specifically, we support low income clients. So it's people that wouldn't be able to get the support that we offer otherwise. So definitely having that. And then there are some children who have some major difficulties in school, but with our support, getting them the services they need, they start to do better and flourish. And they're like a completely different child from who they were when they weren't getting the proper support. So that's the biggest impact I see.
Oh, that's beautiful. Since your time graduating at the Journey to Esquire program, what were the most valuable lessons or skills that you gained during your time that you've seen played out over your career?
Right. So Journey to Esquire was really an amazing program for me. The networking skills, research and writing, those were the main things. I'm a kind of shy person, don't love networking, but I learned the major importance of it, partially through the Journey to Esquire program.
Have you encountered any form of notable challenges or obstacles in your career?
With some of my clients, I've had bigger difficulties than others. Like one client, I won't go into detail, but had a major issue pretty much getting kicked out of school. We ended up getting them into another school that was a better setting for them, and they made a complete 180 turn, doing so much better, improved grades and everything like that. So that is the number one standout to me.
That's good. In what way have your experiences with the Journey to Esquire program has helped you with obstacles or challenges within your career?
Right. So Journey to Esquire definitely did not sugarcoat. They let you know that there will be challenges, and just working through them, leaning on your support system, because that is something, especially as a first generation student, a lot of times you want to just figure everything out on your own. Journey to Esquire was one of those programs that really taught me to lean on your network and get support.
Yeah, support is definitely something that is huge within the law community. Mm-hmm. It's the means by which you get jobs. It's the means by you get support. It's valuable. So how do you maintain a work-life balance? Being involved in your job, your professional obligations, and even personal life. How do you navigate that?
Right. So I am blessed with a great job who doesn't really expect too much out of the typical 9 to 5 unless it's a major emergency or something. And typically they're really good about letting us reuse that time. Like if I work late one day, I can get off early another day. So that makes it much easier to have a work-life balance. But I do carve out time for myself, even on like a stressful week like this week with school starting. It's crazy, hectic, getting my clients all settled and making sure they're good. So just making sure to carve out that time and set boundaries around my time.
Yeah, boundaries is a huge thing.
Yes.
Especially with a lot of jobs. You got to come in kind of preset as to, okay, what you will or will not tolerate. Because if not, it works to death. In terms of advice, what advice do you have for a Journey to Esquire individual that just applied to the Journey to Esquire program? They've gotten admitted, they're starting the program. What advice are you giving individuals as they navigate this program?
Right. So my main piece of advice for specifically a Journey to Esquire student is to not just go to the programs because you're obligated, actually go to them with an open mind, ready to learn and listen and take in all the information you can. The programs are so valuable.
That's good, because I do remember I wasn't an actual graduate, but I was an intern from the first, I don't remember what year it was, but I remember getting that advice as well, where it's just like, make sure that you are there to learn. Because sometimes in a classroom setting, you know note notes, but then when it comes down to the application of it in life, you can't really remember what you wrote down.
Exactly.
Not intentional. And so it's necessary to go with that mindset, because I guarantee you a lot of the topics that they address within this program, you don't really get in law school. So it's a good thing that even with networking, sometimes even things that they talked about, bar exam taking tips and mentorship programs and the necessity. So, and legal research and writing, there are also some of the programs that I remember.
Right.
Just be intentional, get involved, because it would definitely apply after you graduate from the program and also law school.
Exactly.
But do you have any last minutes, and it's okay if you don't, it's okay if you don't, any last minute things that you want to say? Are there any form of things that are coming down the line that you want to let the people know about, or just like a piece of advice from the general population?
Yeah, sure. So one thing I know for law students specifically, like I thought I wanted to go into one thing, and I was able to rule that out from an internship. So if you're still in law school and you have time to take some internships and stuff, please try that. Try what you think you're interested in. You might still love it. And if you do, that's great. If not, you won't waste your time getting into a job that you're going to hate. A minute, see if I had anything else. You can go ahead with your statement.
No, that's absolutely true, because you don't want to wait until, you start and then you realize that, oh no, what is this?
Right.
What have I got myself into? Because by that point, trying to find another job after you're leaving the one that you don't like is also a habit. So that's advice I remember getting. We were in law school to make sure we try as possible, because that's the time that you have to do that. So, but yeah, that was great advice. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for updating us about your life and what is going on. Congratulations on the job, the wedding, just everything.
Thanks for having me.
But
thank you. And I'm excited to see Journey to Esquire at their 5 years, and then even in the future, see what other greatness comes along.
Yes, absolutely.
This is Journey to Esquire, the podcast Alumni Updates. I'm Abigail Dean, and remember, the journey continues and success is just around the corner.